complete opposite. It's like the hook is very topical, perhaps even too topical, perhaps too like on the nose. Like, this song is for women. I like women. Treat women well. You know, like it's like very on the nose. I'll admit that. It's not like subtle. Definitely beat people over the head with a message. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you just get in people's face. Like, I feel like gender equality is harder to intimate in a subtle way because it's a little past due of like a milestone in American society, in the world. It's a little past due, so you're just kind of like, kind of really waiting on dudes to get this message. Like, we've been waiting for a while, women have been waiting for a while, so you know what, I'm just gonna shove this down their throat. And if they're like, well, you're being preachy, it's like, well, why do you think I'm being preachy? Well, then we can talk about this, and this creates a dialogue. I got it, you know, I was talking to people on the YouTube comments. I don't usually do that, but that's a song that, like, dudes are like, yeah, but some women, they act crazy. I'm like, it's different to be like, some women act crazy because people act crazy versus, yo, women be crazy, man. Like, that's the difference. There's a big line, huge line, you know? And when you gotta draw that, you can't judge people based on gender, you know, sexual orientation, race, religion, like, because of those things. Like, there's like some, you can't draw these lines like that is the way they all act. You just can't. You can't. It's not fair to anyone, ever. And I feel like if I ever get into that mode, if I like, I can get that way with my own background. People my own, I'm like, oh, why are Jews doing this or that? And I'm like, why am I thinking like that? You know, I maybe have the cultural right to, I guess, because you're saying it in your own home versus outside, you know. But it's like, it's tough. You know, it's and like that's something that gets to me, the gender equality thing in hip hop. It's not, anytime I hear a song that's like, you know, with bitches or hoes, I'm like, yo, it's like, really? Like, you had no other words? You had no other words to describe this? It's like, it's because you want to talk this way about it. And you probably would like have a much bigger breadth of, like, if your mind's that diluted as to how you could think about a whole half of the planet, you are limiting yourself. You can make all sorts of dope songs. I'm not saying it in like a, and I don't mean like you could make a song about one day how you're trying to find a woman the perfect baguette. I'm not talking about that. Like, not stupid. Like, I'm not talking about like convoluted and like contrived song material, but just like the tonality and the vibe you build with your songs. The more narrow your world is, the more narrow your range of like mood and subject matter is going to be. So I don't like, you know. So there's like an artistic benefit to being more socially broad. So you know what's funny? People say that. Poets don't say that. I got taught by some like poets, musicians. Ask them. A lot of the best ones will be like, no, this is what I meant. It's only people who read them, who listen to them, who want to like defend. When I heard, I saw people being like, yo, there's like mystery and like subtlety in the art and like things that you don't know. So why is Rap Genius trying to take all that away? It's like, why does literary criticism exist? It's millions of pages of literary criticism, of music scholarship. It's like, people love to not know things more than they like to know them, which drives me nuts. Not everybody, but that drives, like, my college president, and I beef with him on a lot of things. There's one thing that I really respected that he said. There's something much more beautiful about really knowing how something works. Just like all of its parts and like the inner workings of something, whether it's a piece of music or it's a cosmic phenomenon or something like that. There's something amazing. That's beautiful. To just like leave it in like this haze where like, yo, I see it this way and like you see it that way and like maybe we're both right. And I'm like, just, you know, clear your head out, you know, like just like appreciate that the person who did something may have done it for that reason. And that's the context and that's the purpose. Evaluate whether they achieve that. If you're trying to like come to a critical assessment like
right.
Quality like that. And that's useful, that helps you. Because if you know what they were trying to do and they didn't do it, then mission failed. Or mission accomplished not as well as they wanted to. You know, like, people Rap Genius, you know, I love Rap Genius. They're good music-loving folks, and their community they built up is incredibly, like, varied and engaged and thoughtful. And like, yeah, there are gonna be some knuckleheads because it's the internet. You know, you have people who will like go on to like Wikipedia and say like things like, you know, Alexander Graham Bell invented the crazy straw, and like, you know, all the you know, and some people say offensive things on the internet. I know some rap genius, there's some like participants in it who like says some like off-color things. That ain't cool, you know, it's whatever, but that's the nature of the internet. If we're all, should I have to prune every single offensive YouTube comment I've ever had in my entire life? I'd like to, but some things are gonna get through the cracks. If I see them, I'll delete them. But you know, again, I think a lot of the criticisms of Rap Genius were pretty intellectually shallow, and didn't address the questions that are central to any art criticism at all. And all scholarship, and all seeking of any knowledge or thought or determination about anything, about any piece of art. You know, my man Homeboy Sandman, who's like really on the come up already, like he's doing really well, signed to Stone's Throw. He's the best rapper in the entire world. I think he's born on the best rapper in the world, but he should be everywhere. His face should be all over. He probably wouldn't like that. It's a little weird. Face all over the place, like some sort of dictator. But like, now my man C, one of the best rappers in the entire world. You know, my crew Brown Bag, amazing. My producers out-produce everybody, but they're not where they should be. You know, they're not, because you have to do all this stupid, unrelated, non-rap, non-music stuff to get there. You have to be like, yo, you weren't best friends with this dude who ran this, you know, upscale keychain clothing company? Like, nah, I wasn't. I was working in a record store. Whoops, my bad. I didn't know I was supposed to do all this ancillary shit.
But if I wanted to blow up, I'd probably make something like really happy and catchy and approachable. I think, I mean, like if I wanted like to take the easy way out, like I'd make some song about like, I don't know, I'd have to pick some sort of gimmicky topic. It had to be topical, like it had to be like, let's say that, but it had to be something that like has like a little hook, a little like, or like, hey, you made a rap song about that? Like, I don't know, like about like my, you know, my car. I don't have a car, but you know what I mean? Like, man, I love a car, regular car, like that, like the rap version of Adam Sandler's piece of shit car, something like that. You know, like, but like well produced and slickly made with a fun hook. And it's just like, you could sell a lot of records making corny music if you want. And I could probably make some really corny music if I tried. Like I could make, you know, I look like I could make some really corny music probably. I don't want to, but I could really, if you really put me to the task, oh man, I would knock it out the park. I would have kids in American Eagle shirts just like swarming around me excitedly. And they're like, hey, I like that he looks like me, but he raps kind of cool. You know, like, I hate that. I hate that. Don't listen to me because I look like you. Don't have that be the reason. That might be cool. If that gives you a feeling like of identifying with me, great. Or my experience, awesome. I don't want to deny that. Don't make that the central reason. That's shallow. I don't do it. Other people shouldn't do it. You don't have a, that's not a good, that's not a well-rounded, meaningful connection with someone. That's just like, yeah, cool. It's not breaching, not fun. I love the fact that my fan base isn't just a bunch of people who look like me. I think that that should be the goal. Transcendent music will reach across, like, there's some, you know, there's a, you know, I don't know, some kid who's playing like soccer in Karachi right now could probably be reached by like the Beatles. That's powerful. That's real. But if that's like real, that's amazing. That's incredible. That's what I hope for. I'm not gonna get that. I'm gonna be realistic. I'm not gonna be like everyone in the world will know my name. If that happened, great. That's super luck. You can work as hard as you want, but a lot of that's luck. But I don't want it to be like I have a fan base of 100,000. You know, like skinny framed Caucasian dudes with glasses. who did I reach? That's the easy way. The easy way would be like, put on my yarmulke and dance around. Like, I'm not gonna do that. You know, I make music that I feel you could listen to, whether you're the kid who goes to Hot Topic or the kid that goes to Dr. J's. You know, it's got to be both. Or the woman that, you know, makes your own clothes. I don't know, the DIY, you know, punk chick. You know, it's got to be everything. I'm trying to hit all angles. Not from like a marketing standpoint, but from does this music do justice to the human experience and the human condition standpoint? You know, I think that's that thing. It was like So Like Khan. I remember a lot of people being like, "Yo, I could relate to that because I didn't have like the rosy 1950s nuclear family upbringing. Like one parent was gone, one parent died, one parent left, whatever. So I could relate to that. I was like, okay, good. I did what I was supposed to do with that. That meant something to people.
I ain't the kind of man to hold my tongue, but sometimes I'm the only one.